set it up, you knocked it down. You lay the foundation, I built this house. I feel cracks underneath my feet. I feel cracks underneath my feet. The walls are breathing heavy, sucking up the oxygen with no plans of leaving any. For as long as I've been hoarding, it's taken me forever to gather up all my belongings. I get attached and they're attached to people who I've loved and lost. Even though I gotta admit, there are a few who'd run me off. But I'm under no illusion how relationships get ruined, how I ain't shit to this movement when I'm just stuck to a cross. Tossed into the underworld and give a specific info. Forced to find another girl, sick of living in limbo. But I have my songs to play, so I got lost along the way. And now I'll never see the light of day thanks to the tinted limo. I was hopelessly romantic, emphasis on antic. Now I roam hopeless along the open coast of the Atlantic. But an overcoat that says Francis, showboat captain. Did my best to scrub it off, cause it's utterly embarrassing. Every night I'd rewrite my will on a sandbar napkin. I'd crash after sticking it to the window of my cabin. Once I awoke I'd notice it, read it then remove it. Just stunned I left nothing to my loved ones but music. Muses abandoned me while choosing family over continued support. For my intuitive thought, who would've thought? I couldn't have thunk it. Worst thing I ever did to another person in this world is nothing. Only a few can claim that's what I did when I could've done otherwise. Every single last one of them something for nothing types made me pay the price at any cost. I got buyer's remorse. How many toxins will the doctors find inside this corpse? Suicidal watch, it's diamond studded. Tells me when my time's up, try to keep my eyes from it. It's so swag, flash it at the fashion shows. Walks with a limp, it's so pimp, and it smacks the hoes. Rappers used to brag about intelligence. It made me wanna be smarter and harbor no regrets. Whether it sells or not's irrelevant. I would've sold coke if holding dough was the sole motive. It wasn't, but fuck being a broke poet with unpaid debts, begging friends for loose ends. If your so-called talent only results in loan extensions, there's no defenses or buyouts. You don't get a per diem for good intentions. Do you on the side now? Promise that a job doesn't define you as a person. If your words don't carry weight, it's not the world's burden. And in no uncertain terms, am I suggesting that you shouldn't just set fire to the stage and let the curtains burn? Just be aware of the exits. Keep in mind, the closest one that might be behind you, the entrance. Been eyeing it myself in the event that I can't live better as an honest rapper without my past self being my benefactor. I set it up, you knock it down. I set it up, you knock it down. I set it up, you knock it down. You lay the foundation, I built this house. Gambled away my better half in hopes of doubling up. Deal us a double and nothing, I laughed. I was shit out of luck, but what have I got to lose? At least I'm whole now. Half man, half clone. If that composite sketch of a 100% asshole. But it wasn't without help. Many people did their part to make me take the time that Frankenstein was ripped apart and put it together again. All the king's horses, all the king's men couldn't admit that this was a predicament they put me in. You want a piece of this? Welcome to the eggshells. Come barefoot and pregnant to my kitchen. Y'all can help yourselves to the feast or zippy toe away. If you can't take the heat or overuse cliches. Back in the days I'd leave you heartbroken. These days I simply reach into your chest and tear those scars open. Evaluate appreciation, write you off for tax purposes. I'd rather be homeless than settle in that worthlessness. I set it up, you knock it down. You lay the foundation, I built this house. I feel cracks underneath my feet, conceal laughs in between my teeth. The walls are breathing heavy, sucking up the oxygen with no plans of leaving any. For as long as I've been hoarding, it's taken me forever to gather up all my belongings.
It was thought to be owned by the purveyors of the dust museums, and that you couldn't be a poet unless you were dead. We're seeing some kind of a revolution or renaissance.
It's not size or force, form or technique. I'll battle you for custody. La la la. It's not size or force, form or technique. I'll battle you for custody. La la la. The weak link is quivering, determining the chain's strength, whimpering, vibrating. The wavelength of its stress signals are more or less symbols. It just trembles, knowing it'll take the weight when the chain breaks and disassembles. See, Mr. Wendell, he knew nothing of this daily struggle. Sit under the dysfunctional family tree and prepare for trouble. Could barely hear the mumbles beneath the ear-piercing rumbles. Sharp tongue slashing mouths while lashing out with verbal belt buckles. Friends crumble under similar circumstances within their own chain of events. From sloppy knots and family ties, the pain is intense, the tension is thick. Two-sided arguments are upsetting to him, stretching the link, testing his endurance and spreading it thin. Trembling, holding on to what's familiar. In the Italian sense, I'm reading the intense drafts of Sylvia Plath before breaking off to an unfamiliar path. Taking coughs, diverts to hurt by trying to act silly and laugh. Making light of situations when I sense a panic attack. I'm a fully licensed self-defense mechanic and my tool belt is black. She probably thinks I'm dead. She's probably dead. When he left, she said it was so strong, but I know she's wrong. I need back support, my knees fold. Please hold your end of the bargain when I leave home. Please hold the keystone.
How far will he travel? The essential interpretation, watching the sequential falling of the dominoes. Which one will stay erect? A microcosm where every effort is just that. It's just math. Paper cuts in the photos to prove the strength. He follows the family, alone as the next member. California dreaming of moving out there in September. I sit in admiration, knowing that the weakest link is also the one that holds the pillars on the brink of collapse. Relapse, the replay of emotional disarray, disdaining the stains of teardrops on his t-shirt. Sometimes taking for yourself is harder than giving to those who want to give up living in the circumstance. Dance around the issues of dealing with the problem, trudging through the uncomfortable streets of disparity, all fair and love and clarity, and also ignorance. Chains don't always hold the fingerprints.
Their hearts pump, urine and sweaty palms. Tell the lies, so blame it on the drug addict brother in the cover-up. One can't help but become center of attention when everything is helpless. Be realistic. Ever since the goldfish died, daughter can't see past the makeup. Stapling, please become a savior to everything. Photo album catalog, better order new hand holders. Follow the order to someone older and less experienced. The whole choir is off key and forgets the words, so act later and get a free subscription to a diary, not even worth reading. There was a time like this when mother's tears turned lakes and grew tea gardens. Now overgrown with homemade graves, but at least she can keep the whole family together.
I'll battle you for custody.
La la la, it's not size or force, form or technique.
I'll battle you for custody.
La la la, it's not size or force, form or technique.
I'll battle you for custody.
La la la, it's not size or force, form or technique.
I'll battle you for custody.
La la la.
I'm not here to judge voyeuristic fetishes. If nobody looked, it's a closed book. You can put your hang-ups on a coat hook. I'm from a puritanical land where they burn witches. I'm a result of a cult figure burning up with sickness. Cure never came, Jesus never helped. We were all to blame, got beat us with a belt. If I heard your name, I retreat into myself. I won't hurt your name, I keep it to myself with love, life, love, God, girls, and lies. I can't hear through those veneers, but you keep speaking through those pearly whites. No legacy to claim, no enemies to squelch. No chemical imbalance that can remedy yourself. Pedestals for the parents, medicine is on a shelf. Put the trophy in the spotlight, watch as it melts. Metal would have survived, plastic is cheaper. Ran into the fire, she asked me to leave her. Did what I could with the wood and the flammables. Stood with the good little animals. Ran with the
day, my mother killed me.
If I'm alive by the time you find this, it's a miracle. What else can be said? A vision quest with infrared. I'm at a dead end. I bled slow from my chest, held my breath and did my best and never let go. I've lived a good life and never haven't compromised a thing. And if I couldn't write, I'd think of other ways to optimize my living. No wife, no kids, no anchors. Hand over fist to withhold this info from the bankers. Don't know my neighbors. Didn't take a village to raise me. Small town mentality types thinking I'm crazy. I ain't as weird as they paint me. Off color, I'm more gutter punk than ritzy, more glitz and glamour than others. Motherfuckers left me lonely in this designated corner. Had a couple walls to build upon and made me a performer. Now shade me from the warmer weather, save me from the slaughterhouse. A crease between the pages where I try to hide my awful mouth. Speak discreetly to the sheets that seem to be hollow. Punch a ladder full of holes just for my swollen feet to follow. Support me all you want, don't let me drop or feel the land. I'm not gonna stop until God is my ceiling fan. Spare the lamb, save me from my former self. The crease between the pages is the line I crossed and lost myself. Now this is my box, these are my walls. This is when time stops and I'm all there ever was, and I'm all there ever is, and I'm all there ever will be. A freeze frame pine box soliloquy. Call me Francois. Call me Francois. Take what you can, leave what you must, cause you're coming with us. Fill your bags with the rags that you wear and bare necessities, along with the dog tags and family recipes. Rest in peace. If you arrest the pace, move in haste. Godspeed, you black empress. Get dressed, relate. She painted my head orange, carved my face with her tongue, emptied out my insides and lit the candle behind my eyes. At the strike of 12, the midnight winter queen left with my life rival in a white limousine. When he made a dress twirl, it looked like a mushroom cloud. Everybody ducked down except for me. That's my destiny. He used a broken condom as a corsage. I watched him push the rusty pin through her prom dress into her heart. Kill me already, fill me with confetti, crush me up and sprinkle me over their wedding and her pregnant belly. I wasn't ready to suppress these memories, undress the memories, forget the family, streamline the enemy, design the penalty. Cruel and unusual, commit the felony, unfit for prison duty. No man's an island except for Island Man. He's a rock star. No man's an island except for Island Man. He's a rock. Call me Francois. Call me Francois.
This is Donnell up in Prospect Heights in Pawtucket. Big shout out to Aaron, Scott, Craig, Kirk, and Frank, all up in Prospect Heights.
Hi, what's up? This is Sage. I want to give a shout out to Meg and the Truth School heads out there. Y'all should be ashamed.
So we're left with just one thing. The only thing I know that drives men to hurt, to want. This is about a girl, isn't it, guy? So stay the fuck out!
When freedom rings, no one hangs. Vampires grow golden fangs. Campfires glow, showing strange animals of the night. Run free, come and see a fruit of labor pilfered from the country. Conchoggers start to spill their souls. When we bridge the gap, we pay opinion polls. Billions fold from the pressure of pear-shaped mother figures, cutting you out of their pictures. What's your frame filled with? Come on, what's your frame filled with? Filler? If I was a killer, then I'd simply buy the Liberty Bell and I would sell the crack. I've been to hell and back, and now I don't make trips outside of the matrix. I'm back to basics, boom bap drums and bass licks. Predictable city life for bloods, hate crips. Ridiculous, silly strife, nothing makes sense. I shake sticks at little kids and call them invalids, and I warn them that I know where their sister lives. See, Sisyphus is incessant constantly stressing the senselessness in a 9 to 5. The question is this: am I alive? Barbed wire boundaries and electric fences are high and they're surrounding me without exits or entrances. I'm the boy inside the bubble, try to enjoy this time of trouble. The human touch ain't doing much. Before I die, let's cuddle. The spoon and such, get nude and fuck, become a full-time couple. Feud for months and ruin what's been lightening our struggle. But nothing's more relieving than the release of a breathing burden. I'll wipe my hands clean of a needy person. I'll wipe my hands clean of a needy person. My feet are hurting, I'ma fly away to where the birds keep chirping like. Every day it's like, all I hear is, it's always like that.
Step on a brick, break your mama's back. When a wrong comes around, before the when nothing's going on. Now whip it into shape, shape it up, get straight, go forward, move ahead, try to detect it. It's not too late to whip it.
This is to the intertwined souls, the hands I've been trying to hold. And this is to the love that I lost, and all the troubling thoughts of how I got double-crossed. And this is to the divorce I was forced to settle with, and the remorse I fought off with metal fists. And this is to the wet, watery kiss I left you with on your porch while I watch your trembling lips. This is to the memory of our early years, the first girl I shared feelings with. And it's the realest thing I'd experienced since my short existence. I ain't afraid to admit it, cause love is one of the things that doesn't come with an age limit, now does it? In fact, I'm apt to say we're more keen to feel such things. Hopeful dreams I've lost in a smokescreen of meaningless fucking. Touching without touching, candles in the dark, casting shadows on our parents' battles. This is for the romantics at heart. It wasn't too long before I held you more than my pen, when I wasn't writing songs that went something like forever and always. Whenever those songs play, I remember empty hallways where your image that descended from the top floor became an echo. I paid the price for those hauntings and couldn't afford to let go. From a past of debt and past regret, did you know I dreamt about you before we met? Remembering our first kiss, it hadn't even happened yet. Recollecting your set, and I wasn't never given the chance to forget. I guess that's the magic of it. Now I rehash subjects, displaying what I wrote on capping napkins to the public, to get it over and done with. Closure hath cometh. My shoulders have plummeted from holding these buckets. Hold your laughs till I go back to the tunnels of Paris, where I wrote half of these paragraphs, but fuck it. This is to my 10-year story. In another decade, you better be better prepared for me. In the first 4 years, you were all ears. Then the next 6, you left me for the next X and went deaf to my message. So that began my affair with the world abroad. Behind the curtain with the other hurtful girls I explored, till I became the monster, turned into the words that I record. Pardon me if you heard it all before. I didn't shake you to hurt you when you landed on the floor. In a room of naked virtue, I closed my eyes to cancel what I saw. Your hand made the first move to the handle of the drawer where the frail girl couldn't think to live. I didn't shake you to hurt you, I never planned it before. Can't shake off your perfume, can't wash my hands no more. And I'm breaking my curfew, but I can't walk, I'm standing at the door. I hear the wailing of a little kid, and a failure of innocence is compromised, eyeing the side of the kitchen sink. What you think, I just let you, cut me, cut the bullshit. Damn, I love the hugs enough to tolerate the way we made each other crazy, making it so tough to operate productively. My self-esteem didn't help when I felt ugly, and I figured that's the reason why you wouldn't touch me. My ego does bleed, I should've let you test it and let your arms free to follow through with your domestic slip-up. Love is a battlefield, so lick your shots quick, while I lick my wounds and then resume as an obvious target. Infatuations with the past protect my purple heart with a faded picture I had in my shirt pocket. I'm going out with a bang, and a blaze of glory holes the anti-hero. I don't care how many ways the story's told. Be careful when these toolies play like drums, and watch what you foolishly say, because my Uzi weighs a ton. It's to the sleepless evenings that I spent next to gravestones, hoping someone from beyond would grab my arm and take me home. I
half accepted I'd have to make it alone after feeding everything I had into a payphone. And this is to the rain. It felt like it was made of spit. My parade was an unbreakable chain of Gabe's trumpets. Save the buckets even though they weigh down my walking. You don't know the height of the stake you placed your fork in. You look old, that's what you said. I feel old, that's what I said. Been through a lot since you've been gone dead. Born again, torn to shreds over girls who were porcelain. Cry baby dolls. When we were allowed to talk again, I stopped accepting wake-up calls that bring truth. I hate the way I fall for everything you do. I fade as flaws, that's why I make these breakup songs to sing to you. Music's my only psychiatric drug, and you're a pill in human form I'd like to hide under my tongue. Kiss the foot that couldn't fit into the slipper of my mouth. The denizen in your house begging for the benefit of your doubts. When I got kicked out, I played the faithful puppy dog, loyal to the love lost and sitting by your fucking door in utter disbelief. I sucked all of the skin off of my teeth, you pulled away. You let me choke on your invisible leash. You could find me hiding these screams behind my eyelids. She blinded me with silence. So my airmail lips blew her a farewell kiss, slinking over the sink where all the hair gel drips. Stairwells dip deep into her mouth where I found a cycle. And ever since then I've been on a downward spiral. This round is final, it's time to recover, cause it's a porch that some dogs choose to die under. The first song was a breakdown, I apologize in round 2. This version I'm certain the shit ain't even about you, it's the 3 right.
I'm not just talking about one person, I'm talking about everybody. I'm talking about form, I'm talking about content, I'm talking about interrelationships, I'm talking about God, the devil, hell, heaven. Do you understand? Finally!
Right. I got 2 left hooves. Who on test? Well, since nobody's stepping to me, take me to your cult leader. Take me to your local drug dealer. Take me to the man in the mirror when you stand and deliver with your hand on the trigger. An emotional terrorist. IMMUNE. Never make my enemy public. I'm a private dancer, dancing for money. Do that thing that's funny. I'll make you wanna laugh, I'll make you wanna move, I'll make you wanna do. Do that thing that's funny. I'll make you wanna laugh, I'll make you wanna move, I'll make you wanna Case 1 carries a paint gun. She's unafraid of waving when she's getting her face done. Her favorite radio station's a permanent paid vacation, burning her face in the sun. She loves repetitive songs that keep playing. You know, the repetitive songs that keep playing. She learned all the words and she works it, baby. Dangerously catchy and she feels it in her cervix lately, cause the rhythm is a cancer. She's on a secret diet, a private viewing, disease-free TV pilot. She saw the future in a group study. They threw money in her pants. Do that thing that's funny. I'll make you wanna laugh, I'll make you wanna move, I'll make you wanna do. Do that thing that's funny. I'll make you wanna laugh, I'll make you wanna move, I'll make you wanna Don't live for the moment, live for the constant. Die for what's right or get killed by your conscience. There's a difference between conscience, conscious, and conscientious, contrary to popular belief. You're none of these. There's plenty to feed, empty mouths of the nest bound. They're kept down, and apes won't be banging on the chest. Proud when pacemakers are fragile. They hate the taste of capsules. They feed their face with Paxil. Females hate their dads still. Holy sons got mommy issues on deck at the podium, holding tongues with the rituals more complex than Napoleon. I told him it isn't his job to live in a fog. I don't have a God complex, you got a simple God. Take me to your cult leader, come on. Take me to your local drug dealer, come on. Take me to the man in the mirror when you stand and deliver with your hand on the trigger in a can of Miller in the other. You can't kill me, motherfucker. I got your number, you best disconnect before I call it. The bumper sticker on your forehead, the wrong fit. When the bomb hits, when the bomb hits, when the bomb hits, not that mine'll help you. Fucking Francis! Keep your stress in check. Anxiety's a disease. You gotta learn to live with it. Cancer spreads, it'll eat right through. There ought to be a quarantine for people like you. Worry not, keep your stress in check. Anxiety's a disease. You gotta learn to
in my jaw while I sleep. I ain't got no dental insurance, so I purchased a mouthpiece. It helps me collect all my teeth, cause they keep falling out in my dreams. Repeating each step till I'm knee deep in sweat. Till you need deep asleep between sheets, you'll need sex. If you need to eat meat, then just feed on the flesh. Your willpower's weak, seeking ye shall find death. It'll rent, it'll lease, it'll own you. Can't teach new tricks in no old fool. I've been banned from the Bible, but I stand on my own too. Running from self, but my legs have no clue. Burning through every last nerve that I got. This condition is more than deserved, but I'm not killing the time. I'm wringing its neck, choking it out, and I'm stealing its breath. Sucking it in and then blowing a kiss to the caution I toss to the wind like this. Check anxiety's a disease. You gotta learn to live with it. Cancer spreads, it'll see right through. It ought to be a quarantine for people like you. Oh, you're scared of the dark, then sleep in the light. You came for the bark, then leave when I bite. Breaking a sweat, you fainting awake with a fang in your neck and a pain in your chest. Losing your power, you're drained and you're wet. When you threw in the towel, I caught it like wreck. That was well played. You ain't self-made. You went from daycare to preschool, from K through 12th grade, and that's hard wiring in your brain. Not to mention the rules of the house where you stayed. Synagogue, mosque, or the church where you prayed as a child. Tamed like you're wild. Reprogram, deprogram. There ain't nothing they say we don't know, man. They've been bringing on vulnerable people and claiming that everything in us is evil. I see them in hell then, but until then, you should chill, friend. Just chill. Play pretend with the forces of organized superstition and get played in the end. You were killing the time, I was wringing its neck, choking it out and then stealing its breath. Sucking it in and then blowing a kiss to the caution I toss to the wind like this. Anxiety's a disease. You gotta learn to live with it. Cancer spreads, it'll see right through. It ought to be a quarantine for people like you. Cancer spreads, it'll see right through. Worry not, keep stress in check. Anxiety's a disease. You gotta learn to live with it. Cancer spreads, it'll be right through. There ought to be a quarantine for people like you. Keep stress in check. Anxiety's a disease. You gotta learn to I'm having identity crisis.
No, we're not. Yes, we are. Having identity crisis. No, we're not. Yes, we are. I don't have a feeling that hasn't been felt. Feeling on my felt tip, showing my hand, revealing what I've dealt with and how I'm dealing. Cut the deck, evenly distribute the piece of shit. Talking during our disputes on weekends. We can sing along to each other's song, right? We can sing along to each other's song, right? I don't have a feeling that hasn't been felt. Feeling on my felt tip, showing my hand, revealing what I've dealt with and how I'm dealing. Cut the deck, evenly distribute the pieces of shit. Talking during our disputes on weekends. Sing along to each other's song, right? Even if the interpretation is wrong, right? Just make sure you don't bring the wrong mic, cause I don't care about meeting a boyfriend we can all like. Nah, this song is called Trite, hope you like it. Could've substituted your name with the title, but I decided that I keep it private. Violent dream sequences just seem endless. I can see myself making a heated entrance to your workplace, with a smirk on my face and a tongue in my cheeks and a gun in my reach, sneaking naked photos of myself under the seats of your co-workers, putting a knife to your throat and screaming out, I won't hurt her. They're like, let her go, and I'm like, let her grow. Prisoners wouldn't listen to this, their rational side was out on the furlough. I like turbonuclear family affairs. I want a wife and house and 2.5 mistresses to call when I'm not there. Hang up the phone, then have my wife call up the phone company and ask the phone company guy why, and he's like, ma'am, well maybe you just don't know how to talk. And she's like, damn, well, wanna fuck me? Yeah, of course. See, case closed, he knows how to trace calls. I can't make crank saying I hate y'all. I throw baseballs at my mirror, break walls and tear up another page out of my diary, throwing it from the 8th floor till I hear a pin drop. Unsuspecting pallbearers are in shock. They know I'm about to kill myself with a slingshot. They bring rocks for ammunition, steal my Lifetime magazines and cancel my subscription. Their hands are just itching to scratch my clean records. My rap sheets are infected. No, I can't be president. I just have to be elected. If there's a second chance to answer back was kid, you never did in the first place. Speed of that, give me my blue ribbons back and anything that is mine. Waiting for a nice guy who can't make it to the finish line. When I die, you won't recognize the picture buried inside.
Parting time, in a million years is when this dead star will shine. Say my fucking name. Say my name. Say my name. Say my name.
No, say my name. No, you don't know what to call me, so you don't know what to call me, so you don't know what to call me, so you don't
I think most of us grew up in a pretty sterile environment. A lot of that stuff just wasn't around. It's all pretty much peaches and cream, you know, flowers. Everything's nice, ignore all the bad stuff. And it's just, the world's just not like that. And I think that the sooner people get to the point where they realize that the ugly stuff is just as important as the beautiful stuff, it goes hand in hand, I think that we can get on with evolving.
Conflict with those who are tricked by the gimmick market and can't think with logic. Logics are in the distance, so I begin to pop lip. Hip-hop is asking themselves why this kid talk shit. It's just I'm never breaking even, so I throw an odd fit. Sick of rappers saying fresh, but stink like armpit and couldn't test a single member that's within our clique. I'll bring it to you right now, but you don't really want it. Unwarranted assaults that make your heart skip. If you rolled as much as you're told, you get car sick. Accosted by pissed off audiences that you can't sit. Sitting in the front row, get wet by what they all spit. I'll be standing in the back hitting you with a tall stick. I can drown your ass in oil and still you're not slick. Winning over your fan base, make them say, aw shit. Right in your damn face, confidence you lost it. Now these super thuggy done say, bring that hard shit. In a conflict, simple, Simon says to sing the pop hip. In a conflict, corny white boys just want jokes, this isn't a comic strip. In a conflict, still I bring that conflict, a sing of conflict. I'm in a conflict, I'd rather be artistic. Painting pictures with my words while freaking a topic. Your broad strokes are filled with lead, what you're eating's toxic. But this poison is self-destruction you're feeding, stop it. Taking more than God's name in vain, making your beating heart quit. Push you on the floor, then pull the carpet out from under your feet and watch you drop quick. Flying through the airwaves, hit you with a drop kick. On the WWF, raw is war trip. Run up in your crib and watch that horse strip. Playing healthy mind games to keep her thoughts sick. The plot is not the only thing that thickens in this porn flick. Once I'm done with her, you really think she wants your dick? That's not how I'd rather be. This is not who I would rather be. This is not what I would rather be. I am not lit, hitting on some club hopping bar chick. I start to flip, name dropping on some superstar trip. Only for the sake of seeing her jump on the jock quick. Simply get that cock trick, spit what your mom drink. Back to these bastards who claim they got grit. Take your finger off the safety and let your Glock click. Aim for the back of my fist, make it your target. Stick motto, I let the blood from my palm drip. I've got a colder soul than snowshoes in the Arctic. I single-handedly rip through your family, make it look like a mob hit. Better stiffen if your biscuit got limp, or go down head first like Fred Durst for a hot lick of this lollipop stick. Sick of suckers thinking they can rock it. Hip-hop balls over a guitar lick. That little bitch slit his wrist with his guitar pick. I stick to my convictions and don't make me a convict. I compliment only those who deserve the props, prick. Never tried the chronic, chocolate tire tonic. Not your normal human, assuming a bionic. About to blow up, listen to my inner time bomb. Now these super thuggy done say, bring that hard shit. In a conflict, simple, Simon says to sing the pop hip. In a conflict, corny white boys just want jokes, this isn't a comic strip. In a conflict, still I bring that conflict, a sing of conflict. I'm in a conflict, I'd rather be artistic.
some have called thee mighty and dreadful, thou art not so. But those thou dost think as thou dost overthrow, die not, poor death, nor canst thou kill me.
Clickety-clack, clickety-clack, gather my fangs and I quickly attack. Sword in my sheath, knife in my back, keep enemies closer than their friends are at. Rolls in my mouth, the petals are black. One armored suit, the metal's intact. I come fully strapped with a skull woolly hat. Just picture that. Clickety-clack. Now I find my location and unfold the map. My index inspects it and follows the path. My horse is on loan and I borrowed a staff from some mystical wizard. I will give it back. But I'm off to the races, my face has got cracks, worn out and weathered like a red leather mask. Been through the storm, future, present, and past. Light as a feather, swift as a cat, cold as a rock. You know not what you knit from my sack, little bastard. You'll get skinned for that and swim with the fishes once I finish this task. No strings attached. Clickety-clack, clickety-clack, clickety-clack. Gather my things, quickly attack. Sword in my sheath, knife in my back. Keep enemies closer than where friends are at. Kick myself in the ass for not bringing my axe, but I got the flash paper in one single match. Light won't escape me, a fire will catch. You'll beg and you'll plead, you'll scream and you'll scratch, but nothing can save you, you need to relax. I'll keep you alive for a while, feed you scraps, love you like you deserve love with some smacks, a kick and a slap. It's no longer personal, I'm simply detached from what's hurtful. I need to keep my business exact, separate beings. I can see our differences are vast and I can't bridge the gap. Clickety-clack. Built a rickety raft out of twigs and some grass, and I made it to shore just before it collapsed. Salute to this mission, take swigs from your flask, tilt your glass, pick your poison. I'm poised to be fast on your scent. Picked it up just by sniffing the tracks, kept my ear to the ground and heard snickers and laughs, adding insult to injury for criminal acts. Now the cost of your freedom is a liberty tax. Clickety-clack, clickety-clack, gather my things, quickly attack. Sword in my sheath, knife in my back. Enemies closer than where friends are at. You should've known better than to be mingling with rats. Gotta lead to your shack from some gypsies in the trash. Cryptic interactions, I asked them to stick to facts. Made a trade and gave them everything that I packed. There's a brick through your window, kids sit through the glass. Notice the note in which the brick was wrapped, explaining that I know how you're quick to the dash, but it won't be very long before you slip in my trap. Like a moth to the flame with its wings and the wax, it's hard to escape with your limbs in the cast. Your heart will deflate when your wrists both get slashed, and gradually I snap these synapses in half. Magnificent crescendo, the cymbals all crash. You'll pay for your deeds, but we don't accept cash. We will mix and match this for that, tit for tat. Gonna get it back. Get you back. Clickety-clack, clickety-clack, gather my things, quickly attack. Sword in my sheath, knife in my back. Keep enemies closer than where friends are at. Clickety-clack, 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 clickety-clack. Build me up, tear me down, start again from the ground up, overtowering your edifice with building blocks, baby steps. Work my way up with leg work. My head hurts your feelings, my head hurts your fist, my head hurts your pride, my head hurts your record sales, my head hurts.
Pick the poison from your teeth, sing your hollow epics while I'm weaning off this life I've loved that can't love me. Too young for my beating of calamity. Life holds ready to defeat the draw the blood in the streets and in my notebook. Where beautiful things come to die, not be pathetic anecdotes. A lot of those who only understand lies. There's no crime. I tell my lies to myself first and the white fucks when I can. Feel no guilt for the gutless, a tears for those ruins in my time and home who wear nothing like it's going out of style.
Except smiles like they're going out their mind.
Other than that, suck me dry and spit my bones in a highway roadside to the sunset with cheesy guitars. Playing for people who ain't anything with a college grin. Also high in life, I'd rather rent a movie, rather pay my taxes and give the homeless my money. Make me sick, but teach me to live.
you what you artificially need. The student textbook definition of freedom isn't liberating. Clubhouses are still debating over who owes who. When to move and where to go from there. Starting with nothing to lose and moving nowhere fast. Yeah, I cut this price on my head and I heard my days are numbered. So I just act like I'm dead and I prefer not to say one word. Just one time, which is one love. Split up in two, nature of the threatened power to the people who will misconstrue the passages. They turn the good quotes dirty and these bastards think they're footnote worthy. It's so early for me to deliver these messages. It might be confusing cause I'm choosing not to clean whatever mess it brings. Drown in that mud puddle, choke on those dirty words. The late worm evades the early bird. Remember that the late worm evades the early bird. But please, that late bird makes that late worm an endangered species. You're gonna die, and that thought there is probably killing you. How's that feel? Looks like someone needs medication and a bracelet to make them feel safe again. That sharp pulsating pain in your chest is fading ever so slowly. Don't hurt yourself. That's what we do. It's not as fun as it looks. Yes, it is. Painfully obvious. Pain for the bus that never shows up. The pain that chose us never broke us. You should have assassinated this character last episode instead of waiting for Sweeps Week. Digging for commercial breakbeats. This won't affect the charts a bit. Kill all your friends in filthy ways of wealth. Lose your sponsorship. Live on the edge and cliffhang yourself.
I'm a butterfly killer who makes no mistakes. Make no promises that didn't die. Trying to keep my secret a secret. They get painted hollow. We can't glaze it over. The women, the welts, and the ones from west will make my nest unlivable. If you can't break me out. Or talk me down from my penance of a better living in a catacomb. Or I comb the streets for cars, a safe place to pause for the nonsensical cycle. Or maybe a peaceful denial.
Unfashionably early for the self-pity party like it's going out of style. Me up, smack me down. I start again from the ground up. Overtowering your edifice with building blocks, baby steps. Work my way up with leg work. My head hurts your pride. My head hurts your fist. My head hurts your feelings. My head hurts your ratings. My head hurts. Secret Service lyrics. I'm on the road to recovery, no GPS. Hoisting my sails till the sea breeze rests. Suck wind if you wanna play a hate. Day to day I use my fear of falling asleep to stay awake. I appear psychic like, but I'm not a psychic. He's just predictable with no fight left to fight it. If you write it, they will come with a red pen and taser gun. Do something. I'd like for my shoes to look like they've been walked in. My house to look like it's been lived in. My car to look like a coffin that's been driven off a cliff. My career. I sift through the ashes in search of survivors, digging up the earth, filling urns with dirt for what it's worth. I'm richer than the cemetery soil. Use land drilling to get my midnight oil. I've been moonlighting as a daydreamer. I'm at the wheel of an 8-seater. Hey, Mr. Gatekeeper, call me Keymaster. No, homeowner. 1, 2, into the 3, into the foreclosure. They said the war was over, but we knew it wasn't. They wanted more soldiers, so we said sure, fuck it. Here's a fresh batch of people with setbacks and poor folk. The fact the road broke cause of your dead traps. Picking the pockets of people who probably needed assistance most. Selling them lies, selling them out, sending them off to a distant coast. Selling them anything, anyone left with impossible that is receptive to. Breaking a promise of negative worth like buddy, there's nothing left for you. Gotta buy to stay alive. They punish the payment delay, then they charge you for the low balance. Then they ask why didn't you say? Too long we took it on the chin, too long we took it to our grave. Now we take what we can get, fucking unlivable minimum wage. Do something. It might have been. In the foot, I put my foot in my mouth, clean it while it's there, and then I suck the bullet out, reload the weapon. Now that's conservation. Stay locked and loaded in a bad conversation. You're making blank statements like the surplus of your ammunition's finite. Visionary nothing, you're a man who lives with hindsight. Return to the hive mind, then call me back. I'm predicting early that you'll be the Monday morning quarterback. So cocksure in a culture that gangs up on bully types. Mob mentality, as if that isn't what a bully's like. Inspiration strikes like a union. I write these lines just to cross them. I'm concluding if my mama don't want her, she never has to work again. Don't ever ask me why I spread myself so thin. I'm finna flirt dirty with the pen and flick my tongue on his bottom. I promise writer's block ain't never been a problem. I probably make the columns wanna pop bottles of pain relief. So Sometimes it's what you don't say that says the most, to say the least. Idle feet of the Devil's Fetish Club, a highly exclusive spot none of us are members of. Dante's a scrub. We kicked them out the van and steamrolled them. In 2010, we had a couple dreams stolen. Me and B don't relocked and reloaded. When it feels like you're going through hell, keep going. And as they say, may the bridges that we burn light the way. I like for my shoes to look like they've been walked in, my house to look like it's been lived in, my car to look like a coffin that's been driven off a cliff, my career